Hey, Janelle, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long while. Hey, Sharon. All right, Sharon's still awake. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Mama Bear. Are you the Mama Bear who is connected to the Mr. and Mrs.? I think she talks about a Mama Bear, right? Is that you? Uh-oh. Sharon says it's 1:30 and she's up at 6. LOL, lots of love. I just clicked on and there was a live chat that I clicked into for a few minutes on a channel that has a petition going, not against the Mr. and Mrs., but against one of their panel people. I'm not sure. I haven't read the petition, but they were talking about it in the chat. Janelle says, oof, it's 7:30 p.m. where I live. Mama Bear says, no, I'm not sure which person you mean. I'm just a mother of my baby girl and fierce defender of Bella and Cece. Good for you. Good for you. In the live chat that I just hopped in the comment section, he was one of them who made our final list of 100 of, the real men of the world. And I put that in the comment section, and sure enough, there were 3 different people posting their smack. I'm sorry, but if you're going to have a channel, you should really try to keep people from making the chat crappy. The first one was Miss Mensa says mean things about, Christopher Watt's wife. Like, oh, please. I said on our channel, we put Bella and Cece first. The wrenches were trying to, have them tone it down, but I don't think they're capable of toning it down. I really don't. I think there's a certain level of cray-cray that they just can't govern their keyboards. And it's like I said earlier, we have nothing to be ashamed of when we're putting Bella and Cece number 1. When we're discussing concerns that we have about how they were treated leading up to the tragedy, there's nothing shameful about that. DG says they can open up their minds and realize maybe they're wrong or they were wrong. I don't even think they care. I think they're just online to fight. On Site says that Christopher Watt's wife was a jerk and a bad mom. Mama Bear says it's amazing how delusional people still are and really still trying to push the initial narrative. I don't tolerate it, and I speak my mind. I bet you as soon as the 3-year time frame is up, come November, they're all going to disappear and they'll be hopping on that Summer Wells, whatever case. Are any of you hooked on that one? on site says she treated them horribly in those videos. That's the part that's so amazing. It isn't like we're just kind of trying to make something out of nothing. We're talking about her own words. We're talking about her own actions. Well, Summer Breeze, you know that whole speaking poorly of the dead? I think it's really interesting that the scumbag attackers who sing that song for the last 3 years straight, they don't mind at all doxing dead relatives of those of us they're attacking. They don't mind at all attacking Cindy Watts. Yeah, she's alive, but how is one person supposed to defend herself against 300 scumbag attackers? Oh, I'm surprised that Thought Provoking was allowing any kind of crap. That surprises me. I thought she kept her comments clean over there. I think it's even more than mob mentality. I think a lot of them are recruited. I think a lot of them are on disability and they're trying to make a few extra $100 a month off of YouTube. Yes, Janelle, most is just rumors mixed with some facts in regards to Summer Wells. So Janelle says she checks the news about it, but that's about it. Well, a little secret about the true crime community, we don't talk about open cases. I personally think it's terrible to have so many channel creators jumping on that case. I bet law enforcement is just rolling their eyes. And you know what? I really respect that one mom of another case, Kelsey Barrett's mom. They started to pull the same crap with her daughter's case. And man, she went public and said, stop it. And they did. I think it's terrible for any of the people involved with that case to be speaking with any YouTube creator. And I'm sorry, and I'm just talking in general terms. If you care about somebody, if you honestly care about somebody, then you're not going to coerce them to harm themselves. Each and every person connected to that case should be speaking with either their lawyers or with law enforcement or with their lawyers with law enforcement or not speaking at all. What the heck are they doing on YouTube? I bet law enforcement is just cracking up laughing at all of it. Not at the people involved and not at the case itself. I'm talking about all the YouTubers who are thinking that they're investigators. Sorry, guys, that isn't what true crimers do. And what's with all the money? What's going on with the money? On that live chat I just popped into for a few minutes, they're talking about a petition because somebody is collecting money and saying he's going to add it to the donations or something. I don't know. I didn't read the petition. I was just reading their comments. Why are they collecting any money at all? For what? What's with all the GoFundMes? What's with all the gimmes? What is going on? Is that what YouTube is? Is just like the place to line up with your hand out and say, you know, oh, gee, let's help a homeless person. Yeah, send me all your money. That's one thing I do really like about that Natasha channel. She has a banner that runs across the bottom of her screen during her live chats that says, send me all your money. I think it's hilarious. Because, you know, they keep accusing her of pulling all sorts of shady stuff. I think it's hilarious. I think she says something like, this is a cult, or I'm your cult leader, or something like that. And then she says, send me all of your money. You know, I don't care for who she hangs with, but she is kind of funny. And even though she and I have kind of gone at it a couple of times, we haven't really gone at it. Actually, what's happened is people are telling each of us that the other one is saying stuff that we're not saying, and then we kind of, you know, whatever. Our better side comes out. But I still, when I see that she's live, if I have a few minutes, I love hopping in there and listening to her because she is hilarious. She could probably do stand-up comedy. And that's kind of a cute pun if you think about it. Because of, you know, the role that her recliner plays in her shtick, you know? She'd have to do sit-down comedy. And I'm not saying that to be a negative at all. It's just playing with her way of embracing that whole recliner thing. Because, you know, that's what the scumbag attackers tried to do. They tried to make some big deal about her sitting in her recliner. Big flipping deal. So what does she do? She puts a picture of a recliner right up there. She's like, no matter what they throw at her, she just grabs onto it and, you know, she just turns it all into gold, you know? I haven't watched a parody yet, no. Her channel is, I don't even know. Is it? I don't know. It comes up in my feed, so I'm not even sure what the channel is called. Her name's Natasha Cooper, and she has a recliner. It's something about recline with Natasha or something like that. I don't know. But she is funny. She has this Southern Belle accent, right? And I think that's what I find so funny to. That's when she usually gets me to laugh out loud, is when she'll say something with that Southern twang. Recline with Natasha. Okay. Thank you, Sandy. I wasn't sure. But no matter what they throw at her, she just keeps on rolling with it, you know? No matter what. Evidently, one of her friends got their channel shut down. And she was saying earlier today, she's like, basically saying, yeah, guess what? You know what? We're going to win. No matter what you do, we're going to win. And she said it with just such a cute tone to her voice. It was hilarious. Seriously, she would be my first pick for the basketball team. She definitely has the winning attitude going. I wonder if I can figure out how to share the. I don't think she would mind if we watched a parody. I don't know. I tried that, but let's see. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can try maybe. So if I go to YouTube and I say recline with Natasha. And Natasha, if you're watching this and you don't want me to do this, just holler. And if you have a problem with it, like if you're not in the live chat and you see it later and you don't want me to be using this, just holler. I'll delete it, no problem. Okay, here's one. Parody panel take 2. I don't know if this will be funny or not, but let's see. This one says Wednesday Night Live. When did she put this one up? August 5th. Oh, that's an old one. Let's see here. How do I do this now? StreamYard. And share. Okay, tell me if you can see. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Oh, here's a phone call. Hold on a minute.
I don't know if it was StreamYard or what happened, but everything started going crazy on my end, so I had to come in on my phone. And then, no, I didn't get struck or anything like that. Well, hello.
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 Hello, hello. The balls is back.
I can't get past that freaking can't even really look at it. I mean, I've seen it so much the last few days. It's gonna haunt my dreams.
Yeah.
CK, honey, your boobs are some bad, bad.
My.
It's a push-up bra.
I did.
They give me comfort.
Parkington.
Dragon Star said, did CK get bent over the back of while she's I'm pretty sure that is unnatural.
Maybe she was in your back area too long, Natasha.
I said in there.
Lana said it was against the law to impersonate people.
Okay, well, give
So there you saw it. Did you see Natasha? That was our practice run. I think we should probably wait and ask for her permission before we do that. Did you see the boobs? CK's boobs were like up to his chin. Did you guys see it at all? Oh, you didn't see it? Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll forget the whole tech thing, the whole techno thing. I'm sorry. I thought you guys were watching Natasha's parody. You didn't see her blonde wig? It was hilarious. Dang. Okay. Well, she was funny. Like I said, I don't really care for who she hangs with at all, but she is hilarious. Binders and a dry erase board. That's all you need. That's all you need. Those binders were a very early clue that she didn't know what the heck she was doing. Oh, I know it, Star Mama. I was surprised. I was really surprised that she gave the guacamole anytime. Where did the guacamole go, Star Mama? Because I think her channel's gone. Either that or I must have just clicked on that thing that said don't recommend or something. See, that's what I do when there's a creator I don't like. I just do that thing where I say don't recommend this channel. And then pretty soon, the only ones coming up about the Watts case are the Natasha ones. Because I haven't clicked on that for her yet because she is so dang funny. So that Mandy C that you guys are saying, that's Natasha's friend, right? Oh, wait, my arrow disappeared. Hold on. Where's my arrow? Ah, my arrow disappeared. There it is. Star Mama says, I don't know. She is gone for now. So is Mandy C. See, I feel that way about Robbie. Everyone's always talking about how great Robbie is, and I think, sorry. But he was right in the thick of it back when the attacks first started against my family and me. I didn't even have a YouTube channel. Nobody knew my opinion on the case at all. And they were attacking, and there Robbie was right in the thick of it. So that's how I feel about him and about that guacamole, too. I never even spoke to her, had no clue who she was. The first I heard of her, she was doing the, I'm coming for you, Mensa, crazy talk. Same with that Amber person. You know, she tries to act all, advocate-like. Sorry, I've seen her bad side. Oh, they're against bullying? Really? Since when? Since noon? Exactly, Sandy. Menta, I don't care how famous you are. I'm coming for you. I've taken down more famous people than you. I win. She wins all right. She's right up there with like doing more than 90 or 95% of the other women out there. I only watch for like 2 minutes tops because you can tell he's trying so hard. There's something in the world of theater called overacting. And, I'm not saying this to be mean or anything, but he's really trying to act. And it's really kind of obvious. He's a little bit of an overactor. One of my relatives is, I wouldn't say big in theater, but he has enjoyed theater for many decades. And he sometimes, especially if he gets a really good role, he sometimes does that overacting thing. So I guess maybe I kind of recognize it with Robbie. You can tell that he's like, I don't know. These people should just go join their local theaters, Oh, wait, the local theaters don't pay. Exactly. Yeah. OMG, Amber's just like Dorothy against bullies. Give me a break. But that whole anti-bullying thing, that has been going on about every 2 months since this whole fiasco about the case of Christopher Watts first landed on YouTube. They bully, and then they go, we're against bullying. The first trio of scumbag attackers, they were the worst. Oh my gosh, they were the worst. And then they all, in the same week, started their anti-bullying bullshit. And it was laughable. Laughable. They push, and then they say, we're against bullying other people. It must have been their script that week. So before I tried to be techno-savvy, fail. We were talking about that one case that we're not talking about because it's an open case. And I just want to say it again. Anybody who actually cares about anybody in that case should stop trying to make money off of them on social media, because they are harming the people they claim to care about. They are harming them. I mean, if they don't care about them, whatever. But to sit up there and go, oh, we care so much, really? Then why are you harming them? Yes, Star Mama. They call themselves the Truth Channels. Yep. They should call themselves the Scripted Channels. Will work for pay. I wonder if I can access that video. Let's see here. I think I have it. And if I can figure out how to do it, let's see. How can I do it? I wish I was more techo or techno or techie or whatever the word is. So if I go to videos, okay, and then I search for the title containing, nope, that's not the right guess. Let's try it again. Title. I can't remember what I titled it though. Maybe I titled it avocado. I don't know. Nope, that wasn't it. I'll just scroll and see if I can find it. I probably titled it Scumbag Attacker or something like that. Let's see here. I'm still scrolling. Scrolling. Wow, I've put up a lot of videos, you guys. I bet it's on my other computer. Betcha. So let's see if it's on BitChute. I think it's on BitChute. So let's see. BITCHUTE. Okay, log in. Username. I don't think that was my username. I think this is my username. That might have been my username, though. Now let's guess at the password. Submit. Oops, wrong password. Let's guess this password. Submit. Success. Got it on guess number 2. Okay, now search. Oh, wow. Those are the channels. Okay, here's my thingamajiggy. Okay, here we go. Let's see if it's here. There it is. Okay, now how do I... How do I grab this? Um, it's easier, I think, if I can download it from here. Let's see. Share. Okay, that's not what I want to do. I want to download it. How can I download it? There has to be a way. Okay, let's try this. I'll go back to, where are you guys? There you are. Okay, I'm going to try that share screen thing. Okay, share screen, share screen. Entire screen. Okay, can you see this, you guys, or no?
Because I'll tell you something. I'll come looking for you. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you coming on my channel and pulling your bullshit. You got a problem? Why don't you put your face in front of the camera and tell us? Tell us what your problem is. I'm done. I've had it. You want to
Okay, can you guys see that? Where are you? There you are. Can you guys see? No? Yes? Okay, I'm going to play it. If you can't see it, tell me fast. I'll try to turn the volume. Oh, the volume is up. Okay, here we go. Well, that didn't work as planned. Dang it. I'll figure out how to download it, or I'll grab it off the other computer. You guys have to see it. She says, oh, I hear Miss Mensa is a victim advocate. Well, I'm a victim advocate. Why don't I act like you? Well, I guess I could answer that question if she wants me to. Click share audio. Okay. Where's share audio? See, when I hit the share, okay, when I hit the share, oh wait, maybe there's something I'm missing here. Let's make it smaller. Maybe I'm missing something. Nope. I'll make it bigger. When I hit share, it says video file or share screen. When I hit share screen, oh, there's a drop down. It says entire screen or StreamYard Mozilla. Let's try the other one. Okay. Okay, can you see that now? Or not? Can you guys see that? Okay, so now you can see that, right? Okay, good. Now, let's try this. Can you see the guacamole? Can you guys see the guacamole when just then? Did you see the guacamole? Or no? I'll put her up there again. Can you see the guacamole right now? Give it a second. There is a delay. No and no. Dang it. Okay. I'll leave it up there for a second to see. Maybe it takes a while. Anybody see the guacamole? Uh-oh, it's buffering. The guacamole. Yeah, even if we just got the audio, that'd be good. Okay. How do we do this? Let's see. I know. Let's do this. I will link it somehow. Copy and paste. Okay, here's the link to the guacamole. Okay? Okay, here's the link. I just posted it in the comment thread, in the chat thread or whatever. That's the link to the guacamole video. So now, well, if I play it on the second computer, you mean like hook them together somehow? Because really what I need to do is I need to download it onto this computer. You guys realize this is like my fourth computer with stuff on it? And I have thumb drives that are chock full. I thought it was my third, but it isn't. It's my fourth. I've always said they should hire me for I don't know if you heard me. I said they should hire me for quality control for computers. But then it dropped down and it said something went wrong. So I don't know if you heard me or not. Okay, if I click the link and play it, me click the link? Because when oh, you might be able to hear it, you mean? Okay. Tell me if you can hear this. The words I put were, this is what an abuser sounds like.
Because I'll tell you something. I'll come looking for you. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you coming on my channel and pulling your bullshit. You got a problem? Why don't you put your face in front of the camera and tell us? Tell us what your problem is. I'm done. I've had it. You want to bring Cindy Watts into this and make it even worse for her and the Watts family? God help you. God help you. I've had it. I've had enough of it. I don't want to be coming on my channel and seeing some stupid comments. They're stupid. They're unintelligent. They don't make sense whatsoever. And they're lies. All lies. Now I hear Miss Minta is a victim's advocate for children. Oh yeah, lady? I'm a victim's advocate myself. How come I don't behave like you? I've had it. I've had it with your bullshit. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're famous on YouTube or not. I don't care. I've faced much harder people than you. Tougher. And I came out winning. So don't tell me that you're some wonderful, perfect interviewer. You got all your shit together. I don't care. You don't. You don't come on my channel. You don't talk crap about Shanann. That's it. If I see any more, I'm coming after you guys. Not playing. Not playing. You got it, Miss Mensa? Have a great day.
And then I put, she calls herself an advocate while she takes part in an organized, hateful, disgusting attack against a true survivor advocate. The attackers are revealing themselves to be unhinged, unstable, uneducated, and evidently unemployed. So they consider attacking innocent people, their quote unquote work. They call themselves advocates. No education, no training, no experience. But hey, evidently, there's some easy money in taking part in criminal harassment, stalking, threats, IIED, defamation, slander, etc. The attackers post lies about me, attempting to quote unquote destroy my family, my health, my work, my personal and professional reputation as part of a disgusting and criminal attack, which thrives on using gaslighting, scapegoating, and lies. This person knows she is lying about me. She knows she is harming me. She knows she is breaking the law.
Because I'll tell you something. I'll come looking for you. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of you coming on my channel and pulling your bullshit. You got a problem? Why don't you put your face in front of the camera and tell us? Tell us what your problem is. I'm done. I've had it. You want to bring Cindy Watts into this and make it even worse for her and the Watts family? God help you. God help you. I've had it. I've had enough of it. I don't want to be coming on my channel and seeing some stupid comments. They're stupid. They're unintelligent. They don't make sense whatsoever. And they're lies. All lies. Now I hear Miss Minta is a victim's advocate for children. Oh yeah, lady? I'm a victim's advocate myself. How come I don't behave like you?
That's the part that I think is cute when she says, "Oh yeah, lady, I'm a victim advocate myself. How come I don't behave like you?" I don't know. I have a feeling the answer is probably somewhere in her Freudian years, if you know what I'm saying. Jeanette says, it sounds like Kelly the Avocado. On this channel, Jeanette, we call that person who you just heard making threats guacamole. Wasn't that special? Now, keep in mind, she and I never met, never spoke to each other. This is how they did it. And remember who she was representing at the time. Remember who would show up in her comment threads applauding her and thanking her and telling her how wonderful she was. And now she's running around saying how, what, she was misunderstood or something, or she was somehow taken advantage of. She was a scumbag attacker through and through. A scumbag attacker. I wonder if I have the audio. I really should probably learn this crap, shouldn't I? Nah. I'm going to see if I have the audio. On another one. Oh, there goes my arrow thingy. Ah, come on. Scroll when I tell you to. No. I think it's on the other one. Yeah, because these are from just a few months ago. Okay. Nope. Not there. When I figure it out, I'll play the recordings of when CK was making harassing phone calls to my home in the middle of the night in October of 2020. Over 2 years after the case of Christopher Watts hit the headline news and the attackers started their scumbag attacks against my family and me. Over 2 years later, she was still harassing me, calling my home in the middle of the night 3 times in a row and using a robo app so that I wouldn't recognize her voice, right? But she, because she's so smart and all, failed to block her phone number. And she pulled the same shit that the guacamole pulled, lying about thinking that she was being harassed by me. Bullshit. She knows damn well she has never been harassed by me. That's their little excuse. And one of her little friends posted photos of my family on the internet and within hours had the audacity to email me a very poorly written, quote unquote, cease and desist. She posted photos of my family and within hours was trying to tell me that I wasn't allowed to discuss her. She told me in her bogus, quote unquote, cease and desist that I was to delete anything about her on my computer, that I wasn't allowed to discuss her, that I had to actually remove videos from other people's channels that were about her. Within hours of her posting photos of my family. That's how these scumbags operate. They lie, they harass, they dox, they threaten, they harass some more. And then they sit up there saying, oh, I just know that was you using a fake profile harassing me. Bullshit. Bullshit. If they are so lacking in talent that they have to try to frighten and traumatize and terrorize anybody they view as being a whole lot smarter than they are, then that tells you something, doesn't it? About what they bring to the table. Not much, except the ability to copy others. Pretty much is what we've been seeing for the last 3 years. An adult woman at 1:07 a.m. sending robo app messages, dialing a home phone number. She didn't know, obviously, that at the time of the calls, I was taping a video. So it just kind of worked out. I didn't realize it at the time. Or did I? I think I realized it for the second one. That my microphone picked up her phone number. It's obviously nothing but harassment. It's nothing but psycho, if you ask me. In my opinion, you would have to be a total psycho to be in your 40s at least and to be making prank phone calls in the middle of the night. That is as cray-cray as it gets. Star Mama says, look at my comment above. Let's see. I'm looking. I don't see it, Star Mama. If you can copy and repost it, that'd be great. Robin says, do these people, or do people have nothing better to do with their time? What the H? I think they're crazy. I think this is their big hope for making some kind of a living for themselves. And I think, I think they bring evil to the table. I really do. I think you have to be a certain kind of evil to do this crap. I do. You guys are moms. You guys are grandmas. What do you feel like when that phone rings in the middle of the night, right? Like, oh my gosh, what's wrong, right? Because we're not like them, right? We don't stay on the phone all night with a bunch of scumbags trying to, plot our next whatever. Exactly. They must not have real jobs. That's for sure. I don't even think they know what the word work means. Exactly. Plotting the next takedown. And it must really suck to be them, to feel so insecure about themselves that they can't just have a channel. They have to jump in and belong to gangs and feel like, they're part of a team. And she didn't call the home phone once. She called 3 times in a row. And the message was ridiculous. It was a robo voice saying something like, stop harassing me, or I'll sue you for harassment, or something stupid like that. Really? Sue me for harassment while you're making harassing phone calls to my home phone? Yeah. Okay, lady. Showing how smart you really are. Star Mama says, I reposted above the one you just read. Huh? Okay, I'm not seeing it, Lovey. I don't know why. Exactly, Robin. They aren't focusing on Bella and Cece at all. But think about it. To do what they do, they're abusers. So they probably watch those videos and don't see anything. Tasha, seriously? There are 2 other channels I trust. 2. That's it. 2. Specific to the case of Christopher Watts. There are a lot of other channels that are trustworthy, but they're not involving themselves at all with the case of Christopher Watts. Voice for the voiceless. What is their end game? I think they're just psychos who hang out online. I think they try to get contracts with people. I think they try to create chaos, so then they run to the families and say, oh, look at what they're saying about you. We can help you. They've been targeting since day one. They were targeting us before. There were 10 of us at first who I am aware of who were all targeted at the same time, and they were making the same bogus claims about all 10 of us. Probably 5 of us at least had never even heard of this case, and they were already attacking us. Molly Golightly was the first one. Perplex was the next one. And then they got Brian St. John going. And then Makeup Mobster, she tries to pretend like she's fighting with the others, but she's part of their team. And it all started with CK. And throughout the last 3 years, it sure does appear that CK has been behind it all along. Yes, contract trolls. They want to be the only ones with a channel. And here's the thing, they were attacking me before I even had a channel. I never had a YouTube channel before. The only reason I created a YouTube channel was because they were lying so much about my family and me that I thought, you know what? I'm going to start a channel so that people can take a look for themselves and make their own decision. And I kept standing and standing and standing. And they actually private messaged to each other, I think it was in November of 2018, that they were surprised I hadn't committed suicide yet. That's what they were trying for. And then Set the Record Straight had my back from day one. Set the Record Straight was gathering information, watching, seeing what was going on. And I think it was in January that the Set the Record Straight channel was launched. I think it was early January. And Set the Record Straight took no shit and kept right on posting videos. So then there were 2 of us who were actually discussing the case. All the others, scumbag attackers, pretty much. And then Thought-Provoking Videos started a channel. And then there was a woman named Gloria who started a channel. So there for a while, there were 4 of us with the guts to stand up to the scumbags. And while they were doing all of this on YouTube, the scumbags, they were also active over on Facebook. They were also calling my children and harassing them, calling my ex-husband and his family and harassing them, calling the judiciary, where I was a judicial officer, harassing them. That's how scumbag they are. They're calling the judiciary. Are you kidding me? Calling Mensa and harassing them. Posting videos telling thousands of people to call the judiciary and to call Mensa. And guess who was behind the pinned comment underneath those videos? One of the family members who claims he's being harassed. Really? Is he being harassed? Or is he actually taking part in harassment against innocent people? The same thing with the avocado guacamole. Who was showing up in her comment threads to say thank you and to applaud her? The people who claim they're being harassed. Well, they're applauding her threatening innocent people. I guess we're all supposed to be too afraid to discuss the case, right? We're supposed to be so afraid of them because they're all so big and tough. It must really just rock their socks off to have a 61-year-old grandmother telling all of them to kiss my ass. Ruby Red says, didn't CK start out thinking SW did murder the girls? Then she did a big turnaround. I do think that on Facebook that most people discussing the case right off the bat were of the opinion that Christopher Watts didn't kill anybody. And you know, a lot of those discussion groups are still going strong. The scumbag attackers think that they've infiltrated all of them. They haven't. It's like the story and the timeline of the scumbag attackers is an entirely separate but parallel issue with this case. Because why on earth would there have been such an organized group of scumbags so hell-bent on trying to traumatize innocent people who are doing nothing but discussing true crime cases, right? Why? Who hired them? Who recruited them? Why did Daniel Bishop, when he was a scumbag attacker back in the day, why did he finally admit that he was told, when he was being told to attack me, that he was told, oh, don't worry about it, she isn't a real person? So who told him that? Who recruited him? Who encouraged him to attack me night after night? I'll read you the text message that I got. It'll take me a minute to find it because remember, I'm not techno savvy here. Oh, dang, I missed this phone call. Dang it. Dang, dang, dang. Okay, let's see. It will take me a second to find. I have to think the date that it came in. Tasha says, you're, Y-O-U-R, not a real person. Yeah, so I guess it's okay to post all sorts of nasty, threatening bullshit As long as whoever the scumbag is who recruited the scumbag said, oh, don't worry, she's not a real person. Let's see here. It would have been 2018. It'll take me a minute to get there. I'm in 2019 right now. When was it? It was, I think, October of 2018. So let's see. October. Is this it? No. Here it is. Okay, listen to this, guys. This is from a North Carolina phone number. Brenda, I would really suggest removing any book you have for sale on my family. We have investigators all over you. This is your final and last warning. I will fight you to the very last core. Yeah, that's what it says. I will fight you to the very last core and strength I have. Keep your nose out of stuff you don't belong in and get some class. You think you know everything, but you know nothing about this family, and you've been wrong. I will contact every family member you have, and I will expose who you really are. I do know you. 2 hours. Get off. Oh, really? The phone number came back to a massage parlor in North Carolina. Yeah. How's that for special? October of 2018. Within just a couple of days, the harassing phone calls started to my family. Very messed up, Spacebound. Very messed up. Yes, Sandy, a massage parlor. A massage parlor in North Carolina. Miss Badskirt is now pissed. She says, how dare they? Thank you, Miss Badskirt. Sandy, I think you're right. They want to control the narrative, and they evidently, whoever it is who's so hell-bent on trying to control the narrative, well, they don't mind hiring and recruiting scumbags, mental cases, to make their threats and to terrorize and traumatize innocent people. I kid you not. I think it was in November. It was, I think, right after Thanksgiving. In a private chat, the scumbag attackers were saying how surprised they were that I hadn't committed suicide yet. Those are the nasties that we're dealing with, you guys. Those are the nasties. Tasha says, how do you deal with this? You're so calm. Y-O-U-R. Tasha, you got to spell that right, man. You just have to. Otherwise, we're just going to go flippo on you. I don't think I am calm. I actually sound nicer than this usually. This stuff does piss me off. You're damn right it pisses me off. You know, I recognize the bullshit they were pulling because I do have my BA in psychology that was earned at an actual college. I'm not talking about the guacamole types of degrees and certificates and whatever, okay? So within a short time, I was able to recognize what they were pulling, the psychological tactics they were trying to use. And when I recognized what they were pulling, and keep in mind too, at the same time, They were making death threats against me. So my response to that was to be sure that they're aware that I am a firearms instructor. And I certainly hope that they think before they try anything. You do know one of the scumbag attackers flew across the country and was parked alongside the road by my house. She's one who CK claims is a close friend of hers. Did you know that? The same one who posted photos of my family online. The same one who had the audacity to email a very poorly written cease and desist letter the same day that she was caught posting photos of my family online. They picked the wrong grandma to try to harm. And there for a while, they actually recruited an honorable group of people who are actually trying to help people, who are actual advocates. And they had groups from the UK and everywhere else, right? There were times where they literally had hundreds of people, but I would say behind perhaps thousands of profiles attacking me on a daily basis. Now, how sad is that? To think that these scumbag attackers are so cray-cray that they gather up with hundreds of people to attack, I was going to say one grandma, but actually there were two of us they were attacking, because they were attacking Cindy Watts right along at the same time they were attacking me. Have you guys ever seen Alice Cooper's video that she posted? No doubt she was reading every word, and in my opinion, somebody wrote it for her. Bashing Cindy Watts and bashing me. Making a snide little comment as if I would surprise her if she heard that I had anything beyond an 8th grade education. Yeah. Okay, kitchen lady. Did you know that they actually posted, the scumbag attackers posted my graduation photo from law school and said that it was taken, the photo was taken at a witches convention. They spent a month or two trying to convince people that I was a witch. And the irony with that is that one of the scumbag attackers, one of the close friends, of CK, claims that she actually is a witch. Isn't that kind of weird? When I'm obviously not a witch, to have somebody wanting to claim that she is a witch, posting photos of me at my high school, at my law school graduation, claiming, look at how she's dressed. She's at a witches convention. These people are sicko. They're psycho. Witches for the win. We're not witches, we're bitches. I mentioned it, I think, in one of the videos that I uploaded today on Patreon. Or maybe I mentioned it in the other live chat. I'm not sure. But there was a channel creator talking during a live today, acting as if he, has been around from the start. He hasn't. And he was saying that, at first, for the first couple of years, that people were just discussing the case, but now it's turning into people fighting. Bullshit. They were fighting before anyone even started discussing the case. They were posting really crappy videos. They were harassing family members. They were harassing employers. Do you know how many times they've called the police trying to get me arrested for harassment? Do you know how many times they've called the police trying to have them do a check the welfare? They have made so many false reports, so many. The psycho who flew here from across the country, the close friend of CK, she filed a false police report. So I went ahead and I filed a little supplemental to her false police report, calling her out on her bullshit. She doctored up her copy of her false police report, her lies. She doctored it up and sent it around online as if it was a warrant for my arrest. That's how sick these people are. One of the first things they said was that the FBI would be at my door on Monday morning. And I responded, really? I didn't know they made appointments. And they didn't know what to do with that response. I think one of the next things they said was that there was a personal protection order granted by the court. And I said, really? Against me. And I said, really? When's the hearing? And they said, what? I said, when's the hearing? They don't just issue personal protection orders without scheduling a hearing. I said, when's the hearing? And they didn't know what to say. The cease and desist, I think she actually thought that I wouldn't recognize how poorly it was written. Over and over again, they use these tactics to try to frighten people. Evidently, they've never used these tactics before on somebody with her law degree who has a 4-year degree in psychology. They chose the wrong target. What I wanted to say, too, is there for a while, they had recruited an honorable group of people. And do you guys know who Dr. B is? And, I don't trust the channel she came from, but she actually went to bat with the head guy with that group. And he said, what is Mensa done? What's going on? Why are we being told to take down Mensa? And she said to him, Mensa hasn't done anything wrong. And they stopped attacking me. They stopped trying to get me taken down. So, while I don't really respect, it's just like Natasha. I like Natasha's humor and everything, her quick wit, but I don't like the people she hangs with. I feel the same way about Dr. B. I don't really care for what's his name? But I do respect her for standing up and telling the truth to the person who asked her very candidly, what has Mensa ever done? And she said nothing. And I think they had a couple hundred people, 300 people who were constantly reporting me, constantly posting nasty comments. And all of a sudden they stopped. Because I think they realized, thanks to Dr. B, they realized that they had been lied to. Tasha says, please message me later about this, please, so I know who to avoid. Well, I said earlier, Tasha, there are 4 channels total, 4 channel creators total. Set the record straight. That Gloria, I can't remember her last name. Was it Madison? It was something like that. Gloria is a total sweetheart. And thought-provoking videos. That's it. If it's anybody else discussing the case of Christopher Watts, I wouldn't trust him. I mean, unless you're into following people who make harassing phone calls in the middle of the night using robo voices. And you know what, you guys, that's really the sad part about what we've been witnessing over the last 3 years. All of these people who are pulling all of this shit, they wouldn't be pulling it if they didn't at least believe that they had a chance to make some money. Right? Now, granted, we've watched as they buy their subs and pretend that they're a lot bigger than they really are. But once you learn, I mean, even like Robbie, everyone wants to pretend that Robbie's some nice guy. Robbie was the Go Hump a Dog lady's wrench. He watched it all. He was part of it. Well, she's making terrible videos attacking me, and I had never even heard of her before. I wasn't even on YouTube yet at all. And she's saying she wanted to meet me out in the alley. Really? She said she could go to law school because she had the LSAT book right on her shelf. Well, guess what, sweet cheeks? It takes a lot more to go to law school than having an LSAT book on your shelf. But that's the sad part. It's, of course, sad to learn that there are so many crazies out there, right? That's sad all by itself. But the people who watch, that's really sad too. Because if everybody stepped back and said, icky person, icky person, icky person, and I'm saying icky person, usually I'm a little more generous, and I'll say it's the actions we don't like, right? Well, in this case, any of the scumbag attackers, they're icky people. It's in their fabric, their fiber, their being. They're evil. And yes, they are reading scripts. And yes, they are recruited. And yes, some of them are being paid to do the nasty stuff they do. They're disgusting pieces of shit. Hi, Mrs. Fluffer. Tasha, if you look really close, you'll see that they never really did. They were definitely into copying other people's work. Bella says she just got off work and she's driving home. I think Paula fell asleep. Is it past my bedtime, Paula? You're very quiet. And when you start going quiet, then that's when I realize it's getting later. Oh, it's only a little bit after 10. Voice for the Voiceless says, when I was in Denver, I was told that every 6 months, CW is reviewed for PC. If they can show he's still topic of convo on YouTube, it actually helps him stay in PC. What? When you said when you were in Denver, were you part of some road trip? Personally, my opinion is that the noise and the attacks and the organized BS are to distract and confuse the Watts. I think there's a whole lot of truth that a few people don't want to have known. Don't you think it's interesting that Cindy Watts is the person who wants a trial? Mrs. Fluffer just worked a full head, a foil, and a cut and style. Aw, fun. I'm looking for Voice for the Voiceless. Were you part of one of those little meet and greets or whatever? There is one channel creator that I shouldn't include in my little slam fest, and that's J is for Justice. J is for Justice, even though she associates with scumbag attackers, she has always treated me with respect as far as I know. To me, she's the best of all of them. However, she's been hooked up with so many scummy people that, you have to wonder, right? But that being said, I sound like Daniel Bishop. J is for Justice, as far as I know, has always treated me with respect. And as far as I've ever seen, she treats everybody with respect. What that tells me is that she actually has self-respect. I'm not saying that she isn't one of them, but I think she's a decent human being so far. So J is for Justice. I don't want to include her in the heap of scumbags. And also Natasha. Even though both J is for Justice and Natasha hang out with scumbag attackers, Natasha has only said negative things a couple of times. And in fairness to her, she was being lied to by her subs. She had subs saying, oh, Miss Mensa said this and Miss Mensa said that, and I didn't. So whatever. Whenever I go to her channel for her live chats, if anyone starts pulling crap in the comment threads, she puts a stop to it immediately. She treats me with respect. We don't agree on anything. And yet she treats me with respect. And I'll tell you something. She cares about spelling. And there's something else, you guys. There is a certain level of intelligence on this channel. You guys know it. That goes without being said, right? Natasha is more intelligent than most. J is for Justice is more intelligent than most. The other ones, even the ones who claim they're so smart, they're not. So I think that J is for Justice and Natasha both, while they hang out with the scumbags, and I just don't see how anybody could have guacamole at all on their panel. They're not scumbags themselves, as far as I know. I think they're intelligent. I think they both actually have talent. I think they're both interesting to listen to. And so far, they haven't treated me like shit. You know, there for a while, I think a lot of us thought that the banana was intelligent. Sorry. Sorry. Same with KK. Sorry. And I don't know who that person is, but there's one who's like a fiance of another one. And I think for a while she was saying she was a lawyer, but she isn't. She can string a few words together that at first you think, oh, wow, she might know something. But then she strings a few more words together and it's obvious she doesn't. So far, the only two I can think of, well, besides Set the Record Straight, I trust completely. Gloria, I trust completely. Yvonne of, what's Yvonne's channel? Thought-provoking videos. I trust completely. J is for Justice and Natasha, I respect more than any of the others. And I think they would both do well to distance themselves from the scumbags because they both, like I said, are talented. They're interesting. They're, I think, decent people. I don't know about who they hang with. That's a whole nother story. Natasha has one friend, too, that it really surprises me that she's friends with her. I don't know. When people have to, you know, F this, F that, effing. If that's the only way they know how to talk, and like, yeah, really? I really hope that's not the new normal. You know what I'm saying? Because it just like takes away from the message, right? Although I will say this, I was never one to speak the F word until the case of Christopher Watts. And I did learn how to say the F word. And there is a certain amount of, you know, tension that gets released when you say the F word, right? But thankfully, I've stopped saying the F word again. It's just not conducive to being a domestic relations mediator to have the F word in my vocabulary. And I highly doubt any real estate client would be impressed if I said, well, that effing whatever, right? Yes, it brings the frig out. Exactly, Sandy. The case of CW brings the frig out in you. LOL, lots of love. Actually, I learned the F word by thinking F you, F you, F you. You can only get so many death threats, you know? You wake up in the morning, you check the comment threads, and it's death threat, death threat, death threat. And you're like, F you. I actually was saying it in the comment threads there for a while. I got a comment earlier today. I just laughed when I saw it. Oh, it was so funny. I'll try to find it here. It was just a little one-liner from an absolute dipshit. It says, it's from Crystal Clear. And it says, hey there, dropped in. Oh, wait, that's a different one. Oh, wait. Did they delete it? Let me look. They deleted it. Oh, that's too funny because I put it out on the public site, but they deleted it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe I'm just not finding it. Let me see. Oh, here it is. I found it. It isn't from Crystal Clear. Sorry, Crystal Clear. It's from Diva Doles. It should be Diva Dipshit. It was posted 4 hours ago. It says, hi, Nicole. How are you? Can't wait to catch you on here live. And then I responded, you do realize how pathetic you sound, right? For those of you who may not be aware of this, the whole Miss Mensa is Nicole, meaning NK, they do that like every 3 or 4 months. It's in their scripts. So this dipshit, 3 years later, shows up on my comment thread saying, hey, Nicole. And I'm supposed to go, oh my goodness, they're calling me NK. Like, what a dipshit. When they recruit new idiots, the new idiots don't realize we've seen it all before. And if it's the same idiots who have been doing it for 3 years, it just goes to show. They're just recycling their same old ridiculous BS. Ms. Badskirt is ready to confess. She says, I've been known to let loose a string of profanity in certain situations in the past, but it just sounds so uncouth and gross on live streams. Yeah, my F word was pretty much reserved for the scumbag attackers. And a lot of times it was just me going, F you, when I'd read their crap. Now I don't even read their crap. I can look and see the name of it and go, yep, delete. Or I'll just let it sit there, but I don't put it on the public thing. And then the dipshits are too dumb to even know that nobody else can see it except them. Oh, Star Mama is still awake. I was wondering if you went to sleep, Star Mama. Are you getting the storms? Ms. Badskirt's trying to prep for the hurricane. Hurricane, shall we say Henri? That'll throw the lurkers and the stalkers off. They'll say, who the hell's Henri? Ooh, thundering really bad. Tomorrow morning it's going to hit. Well, hunker down. You probably shouldn't be on a live stream, Lovey. I mean, I'm not trying to kick you out or anything, but any of you who have the hurricane coming, you should probably be making sure. Because otherwise, you know, like if you need to run to the store or something, then you'll be regretting that you didn't, right? When I was on the East Coast following a hurricane hitting further south, the winds came. Oh my gosh, it was like 3 days of wind. And I'm talking like horizontal, like, oh my goodness. I've never seen anything like it. And at one point, there was a building pretty far away, and there was evidently plywood leaning up against the building, a sheet of plywood. And I watched as that sucker flew horizontal through the air. And I'm just like, oh my God. And I was running from my little house up to the big farmhouse out in the boonies, right? And this plywood is flying sideways. And oh my gosh, did I ever run fast? Wouldn't that be the way to go, right? I'm joking. Just think of the headlines. Attacked by flying plywood while running in a cow pasture toward the farmhouse. Isn't that interesting that the shelves are empty? I guess any excuse will do. Have you guys noticed how the prices are going up and up and up? Before this whole routine, I got these little salads prepared ahead of time, right, in the deli. They come with a little plastic fork, so they're great to put in your little miniature igloo thing when you're heading on the highway. They used to be $2.50, sometimes $2.99. Those babies are on sale now for $4.99. And they don't taste any better at that price, let me tell you. Ms. Badskirt says, I'm in for the night. My mom lives with us now, and the storm is causing her stress and more confusion than usual. Trying to keep her away from news channels, but obviously not successfully. Does she play the piano? It'd be a good time for her to play the piano. Does she play any musical instrument? If so, get it out and have her play. That'll help. I don't want to use the word regulate, but that'll help her regulate her stress. Exactly. That's the sale price, Sandy. And the vitamin that I always took, my one-a-day vitamins, are no longer available anywhere. Miss Badskirt said, yes, she does. Okay, good. Do you have a piano, hopefully? And if not, do you have a keyboard? It's time for Grandma to play the piano. Because that will seriously help her regulate her stress. That and a walk, if you can, I don't know, it's probably too late to go for a walk. But if she can walk, yes, the piano is very helpful. It's a percussion instrument, of course, and that's what you need. Okay, everybody loves Raymond works too. That'll help too. Do you have a piano, Miss Badskirt? Can you get her started early in the morning? And don't say it like, Mom, you're stressing, so you need to play the piano. Say it more like, Mom, I always loved it when I was a kid and you'd play the piano. Would you mind playing the piano for us today? Like that. And then that way she's, able to be purpose driven and helping you all, right? Instead of you trying to stick her there so she can stop freaking out. Oh, good. Yes, we have the piano she used as a child. Oh my gosh, perfect. Mrs. Fluffer says, I knit for stress. And there's a reason for that, Mrs. Fluffer. There's a reason for that. It's somewhat the same as the piano. It's about regulating your stress, regulating, balancing, crossing over. And I don't mean crossing over in that way. But the focus, the hands, the movement, it all works. That is really cool that you have the piano that she had as a child. That is wonderful. That'll offer her some comfort, just that fact alone. And she does beautiful watercolors. Wow, cool. You guys know I've spoken often of my favorite octogenarian. He draws with charcoal, with pencil, with all sorts of stuff. And I didn't even know it until one day, many years ago, I was taking him up to a car show. We stopped at one of his sister's houses and visited for a little bit, and then we stopped at this restaurant. I can't remember if it was on the way up or on the way back, whatever. But it was a road trip. We stopped at a restaurant for a steak. And the tablecloths at the restaurant were like paper, which sounds kind of weird because it was actually a very nice restaurant. But they had crayons and pencils and stuff right on the table. And I had no clue how talented he was with his drawings. And he actually drew, I think it was Marilyn Monroe. He was drawing and I was talking. And I didn't even really pay attention. And then I looked down and went, what are you doing? And it was amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And then he showed me his portfolio. Oh my gosh. Can he draw? Yes. Mrs. Fluffer crochets also, and she clinks her needles together. Miss Badskirt says, not a fancy one. We are not highfalutin people. Crocheting is impressive. My grandmother tried to teach me a few times. I like to knit, but crocheting, I don't know. I like using the really big knitting needles too. Baby blankets are my thing. I can make those without looking. Sandy says, is that what I'm doing wrong? LOL, lots of love. What, aren't you clinking your needles together? Oh, wait, I missed Joanne's comment. Hey, Ray. Mrs. Fluffer makes head wraps. Oh, cool. And you have the perfect clientele, too, for it. We're talking about reducing stress, Ray. Miss Badskirt says, so dainty. Working on one now. Dolo says, I can only remember making those woven pot holders. LOL, lots of love. Or remember those latch hook rugs that were fun to make for a while? Mrs. Fluffer says, I make cute ones, and my town has a hat tree for the winter, and I make a bunch. Oh, that's cool. Oh, here's Sharon. Hi, Sharon. Sharon says, wow, another live. I'm excited to have made this. I couldn't stay for the earlier one. I couldn't either, Sharon. I did notice a lot of misspelled words in chat earlier. Yeah, we had about 30 lurkers, I think. Ray says, I'm not stresses, thankfully, too old. Ray, I think you're the youngest one here. How's the Bob's Babes calendar? Ooh, that's a good name. I like that. What do you think, guys? The Bob's Babes calendar? Instead of Boss Babes, the Bob's Babes. Ms. Badskirt says, my grandmother was from the old country and made both braided and hooked rugs. I'll put it back up there. How's the Bob's Babes calendar? I like it. The Bob's Babes. Love it. You know what, you guys? We should try doing the parody thing like Natasha does. We should try that. That'd be more fun than the mock trial that we almost pulled off before they crashed everything. The scumbags. I don't mean Natasha, I mean the scumbag attackers. And then isn't it kind of interesting that the banana came up then with the whole mock trial thing? Gee, I wonder if they're all connected with each other. Gee, I wonder. I like it too. I think the Boss Babes calendar, and it's not even really a calendar because we have 100 now. Do you want to just call it let's call it the Boss Babes calendar. I like it. Going once, going twice. Wait, that's an auction. Here's Erin. Erin says, there was a video you made that kind of documented marks on Bella and Cece and the blankets. Is that video still available? I am unable to find it. Do you know the name of it, Erin? Let's see. Is that video available? I'm going to check and see if it's on my thingy. I think the one you're talking about is Photo Op. If it's Photo Op, let's see if it's here. I do not know. So, filter, title, photo. The thing that comes up says, do not post. So let me look here. I think I have it in Patreon. It might be a Patreon only thing. Let me look. Oh, no, that's a different one. That's the one with me saying do not post photos of children or use their names. Nope. So I don't have it on this list. Let me think. Well, let's look at BitChute and see if I have it there. How do I search this? Let's see. Search. There it is. Photo app. Miss Mensa. Okay, I think I found it, Levy. So I'll highlight the link, copy the link, and post the link. Here it is. There you go, Erin.
Hey
Now
guys, I want to start
Oops,
off by
it's
giving
playing.
a shout
Hold
out to
on.
the Shiners, and I want
Boy, that's an old one. That's an old video. Now let's see if I can share it. Are you guys up for trying to share again? Toddler is attacking bigger sibling. I love your stories, Ray. With her plastic cricket bat. Mama not thriving. You need some juju. I'm joking. Don't take juju. You will not become rich off of stocking cases of juju in your basement and talking your husband into leasing a vehicle. See you soon, Ray. Give the babies hugs. And we're going to try this again. Share. Share. Oh, Lordy, now what? Let's see. Select Windows or screen. I don't know. Okay. All right. Photo up.
Hey guys, I want to start off by giving a shout out to the Shiners, and I want to encourage them, instead of just showing up on our channel to post your hateful and vile threats that you know are going to end up in the trash bin. So why?
I moved it ahead a little bit because that first part, it looks like I'm lecturing the Shiners to stop leaving death threats on our channel. And it's taking a while, and I don't know why. It's taking a long while, and I don't know why. Can you guys see the picture of the photo op? Ooh, peanut butter M&Ms. I don't know why it isn't working. Come on. There we go. Mrs. Fluffer just ate peanut butter M&Ms. Or peanut M&Ms, not peanut butter. What's going on? It's buffering. Okay, forget that idea. It's still buffering. Yeah, we'll forget that idea. So there's the link anyway.
Do you really believe
Oh, now it's working.
that this is how the baby liked to sleep? In this photo, little Cece is showing her daddy the bruises that are on top of her wrist. I'm not sure how you get bruises on top of your wrist. Make a few new fake profiles and all, of course, and join in. Because so far we haven't seen anybody offering any support at all for their claims when they try to bash us for discussing the case. So I hope at least one of them takes us up on this offer, because seriously, if they are so opposed to our opinions, then what's the problem? Join in. Let's discuss it. But my hunch is they won't. My hunch is they'll just continue with their threatening style comments, because it's easier that way. And remember, their goal isn't about learning about this case. It seems their goal is actually trying to make a few dollars and probably to see their reflection and to say that there's some sort of star. So let's get started. Okay, January, what does that say? January 16, 2015. Wore her out this morning between the gym, the doctor, and the mall. Covered her eyes like a face mask. I don't think that this little baby put her headband down over her face. I truly don't. I don't think that's normal. I don't think that's true. I think her mother put that over her face, and I think it's one of many disturbing photos where her mother thought it was so funny or so cute to have her baby's faces covered. June 15 of 2018. Thank goodness for this overpriced vitamin-laced candy bar in my purse. I was about to hurt someone. June 16, 2018, one day later. Well, Celeste didn't break a body part. Mom, on the other hand, really hurt her pinky saving Celeste. Falling off the couch. September 2016. Celeste would have been, let's see, she was born in July of 2015. So she would have been 14 months old. Her first dentist visit brought on early from her busting her mouth yesterday. I see many of these accidents It doesn't make sense. I see many of these accidents visits in the future. Hashtag accident prone. If you walked into your baby's room and this is what you saw, what would your first reaction be? Do you really believe that this is how the baby liked to sleep? In this photo, little Cece is showing her daddy the bruises that are on top of her wrist. I'm not sure how you get bruises on top of your wrist. Here's a picture from a video that is so disturbing to so many of us as we started digging into the details of this case. This is when she was dousing poor little Bella right in the eyes with water over and over again. And when Christopher Watts opened the door so Bella could run inside, his wife said, "Don't you save her." And he didn't. And then she went on to laugh and say, "This is why we have kids." December of 2016, this was an interesting time frame because this was when both of the little girls were very ill. I think it was about a week after this post that both girls ended up having to be at the hospital. And remember, shortly after that hospital visit, both girls started daycare full time, 5 days a week, which I think that timing is just very interesting. Also, when her maid of honor stopped messaging her or commenting or whatever, and it appears from social media activity anyway that they were no longer friends. So I think that's very interesting. That's also around the same time I think that she was saying she was working 90% of her job from home. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I just don't. We've seen so many inconsistencies with her claims already that I just don't believe at all that the hospital was allowing her to do 90% of her job from home. Her job was to answer the phone for the hospital, right? How does that work exactly? Sorry, 90% of her job from home, it just seems ludicrous to me. If you have any information about that, opportunity to work from home 90% of the time, then please do let us know. Because we're curious, that's for sure.
I don't know if you guys could see or hear that video at all, but after a while when I clicked back, it said something went wrong. So I don't know how long it was up there, if it was up there at all. Sorry about that. Erin says, anyone remember the post that SW made on Facebook while she was with a certain car company? And she said something about strangling all the monsters. She was talking about the kids. And again, strangulation talk. Remember the video that she posted where she said that the dog better stop barking? She was going to strangle the dog if he didn't stop barking. Or no, she was going to strangle the dog before his barking woke up the girls, and she strangled, and then she stopped herself. And then she said the dog, which of course makes no sense. That's I think, an important point about this case. She had the death language going over and over again. Death, dying, severely anaphylactic, deathly allergic, strangle. There's a video where she says she could just strangle her husband too, right? I think she said every time she looked at him or something. Strangle, strangle, strangle. And what are the top 3 ways that a Munchausen mom abuses her typically preschool age children? Poisoning, malnutrition, and smothering. She accused her mother-in-law of attempting to murder one of the kids. Really? Wow. Summer Bree says, just colored my hair. Not exactly a great job, but better than it was. Summer Bree says, you're back. Y-O-U-R. You guys, you're spelling it. Y-O-U-R. Yeah, I was off watching the photo op video thinking you guys were watching it too. But then when I clicked back, it said that it wasn't on. So I'm sorry. I'm thinking I'm getting a little bit tired. I've only yawned once, but here comes the second one. And we have a 3 yawn rule. I'm just reading the comments here. I think I'll go ahead and start us off with okay, tell me again. The Bob's Babe. Bob's Babes calendar. Top 100. John Boy Walton. Don't ask me how. Oh no, Erin found a gray hair today. Oh, goodness. Erin found a gray hair. I want everybody to know. Did you pluck it, Erin? Because they say if you pluck your first gray hair, then you're going to get a lot more really fast. So I hope you didn't pluck it. There's not the number 3 yawn. I hope you're tall, Erin, because when you're tall, you can have a few gray hairs and nobody sees them. They look kind of like highlights. Right, Mrs. Fluffer? You didn't. Did you yank it out? Uh-oh. Erin, you are destined for more gray hair. Don't yank it out if you haven't. Don't yank it out. Let it be. Because everybody knows if you pluck that first one that you see, you are screwed. The first one stays. And then you need to call Mrs. Fluffer. She can help you. Dolo says, good night, Bobs. Good night, Dolo. Yes, do not pluck that first gray hair. Sandy says, good night, all. Storming really bad here. Uh-oh. Love you. Hunker down. Be safe. Good. Aaron, you are safe then from having a lot of gray hair in the morning. Do not pluck the first gray hair. Do you guys see how much wisdom there is for you ladies? If you listen to us old folks, we are saving you from having a full head of gray hair. I'm joking. Crystal Clear says, have to go. Duty calls. Take care, ladies. Aaron says, night, Dolo. Bella says, hugs and kisses. Bella says, good night, beautiful ladies. All of you in the storm zone, definitely be careful. Don't take any silly risks at all. Mrs. Fluffer colored her hair yesterday, every 4 weeks. I still haven't colored. I should probably. I don't know, though. At my height, I really don't, like nobody can see on top. You know what I'm saying? That's not even really on top. It's more like within. If I pull my hair up in a bun, then you can see the different, I call them highlights. My gray are my highlights, my natural highlights. Mrs. Fluffer says, I'm picky and I hate gray hair. So everybody, I want you to have a safe weekend, okay? If you're in the storm zone, definitely be very careful. Don't run out to the store or whatever just for the fun of it, definitely. I mean, you might know what you're doing. You might be able to drive careful, but there's some yahoo out there who might not, right? So be safe. And if you start feeling kind of stressed about all of it, then definitely pick up the knitting needles, pick up the crochet hook, sit at the piano, do whatever kind of exercises you do. Get the music going. Whatever your music is, get it going. Or just sit down and write. Try to stay off of the MSM telling you how terrible it is, right? And eat healthy too. Plus the peanut M&Ms, of course. But eat healthy. That helps with stress too. Drink lots of water, get some good sleep, and call your mother. I had to throw that in. Sunday's always a good day to check in with mom. Unless it's, thunder and lightning and all, then maybe keep the phone off for a while. So on that note, let's say goodnight, and we'll do this again soon in the next few days. And if you're on the Patreon, I'm uploading, I don't know how many I did today, I think 5 or 6 of them. On the Darlie Routier case, let me think if I can remember what I did earlier. I did one on the Darlie Routier case. I did one on the Betty Broderick case. I did one on the Peterson cases, Scott, Michael, and Drew. Let me think. Oh, and I did one. Before we say goodnight, I want to tell you about this. There was a lady in France. I think the courthouse was in Paris. And she was just sentenced to 4 years for killing her husband. She spent the last year in jail awaiting her trial. And she was found guilty. And they sentenced her to 4 years with suspending 3 years, meaning that at the time of her sentencing, she was actually released from custody. And I think they did the right thing. There was a petition for her to not have to go to prison, and the petition got 700,000 signatures in support of her. Her stepfather, when she was just 12 years old, and let's see, he was 21 years older than she was, so he would have been 33. So a 33-year-old man who was in a relationship with her mother when she was a 12-year-old little girl started having sex with her when she was 12. And when she was 17 years old, she got pregnant with his child. And when she got pregnant with his child, guess what? Mother of the Year kicked her daughter out of the house. He had already been arrested and sent to prison for raping her as a child. And when he got out of prison, he didn't have, I think he got like a 4-year term or 4-year sentence. And her mother took him back. He didn't serve the full 4 years either. He had an early release from prison. Ugh. And then when she got pregnant with his child, her mother kicked her out, and evidently her mother wasn't living with this guy at that point. And she moved in with him. The daughter, the 17-year-old who got kicked out by her mother, moved in with the scumbag. It gets worse. They got married. And then, at age 40, so think about that. A couple of decades there, plus, at age 40, well, he was 61 years old, she murdered him. And then when all the truth came out at trial, well, actually, the truth came out before trial. She wrote a book while she was in jail, awaiting her trial. The title of the book is Everyone Knew. And it was from writing, and it was a bestseller too, from writing that book that she got so much support from so many people. So it did end well for her that she didn't have to go away to prison for the rest of her life. But oh my gosh, what a horrible existence for her for so many years. So I did a video about that case too. And I did a couple of other videos, but I can't remember what I did. I'm doing a little series on the Cindy Watts thing that is titled Stop Abusing Cindy Watts. So now that I've babbled incessantly about cases that we've never heard of before, well, one anyway, I'll circle right back to say, everybody, I want you to have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Mrs. Fluffer says, have a good weekend. Erin says, night, night all. Take good care and stay safe. So everybody be safe, be happy, be healthy, and I want you to know that you are loved. Good night, everyone.